Alright guys, how's it going? This is going to be my out-of-box review for the Premium Bandai HG Gundam The Origin MSD Heavy Gundam. So here we have the Heavy Gundam making its way into the HG The Origin line, so it's just going to be a little bit different in its origin styling. And I gotta say, this is another case where it's really a shame that this was a P-Bandai kit because it's just such a good kit. Now, it's P-Bandai, yes, but I would definitely recommend you guys to pick this one up if you can. There's also the rollout color version of this, which is, I think, coming out pretty soon as well. If you can, get a hold of this. We did fortunately get the parts of this anyway in the frame. Some of the frame parts were used for the Origin Gym kit, which some versions of that are Premium Bandai and some are not. So we do have some of the finer points from this kit represented with the Gym as well, but there's a lot that you'll see in this review about this kit that just make this really great kit and highly recommended one. So as always, huge thank you to USA Gundam Store for sponsoring this review, guys. For P-Bandai stuff and anything else you can get on their site there. The link is down below in the description. 10% off, use my coupon code there and shop away. Now let's talk about some of the stuff that you get with this kit here first. Alright, so first up we have a big sheet of stickers here, as with a lot of HG The Origin kits. There's a bunch of lining and bits on there, a bunch of caution markings. I threw a lot of them on there, all the main ones, but not a lot of these little caution markings. As you can see, they look pretty okay. The lining bits look okay, they're bright enough, but I built this kit actually, it's probably been almost 2 weeks since I snapped it up and put the stickers on. You can see some of the little bits, they're already like peeling up a little bit here on some of the corners, so they're not gonna stay on too well. And any of the other stickers, like the go on the darker parts, which the whole kit is dark pretty much, those stickers aren't really going to look that good, especially some of the smaller ones. So anyway, you got those. Also, aside from the two holding hands we have on the kit, we do also have a trigger finger hand just for the right hand. And to hold with that trigger finger, we have a new beam rifle. So this is a different beam rifle from other Origin kits. Very cool. I like that. I like the new take on that, doing away with the front handle and adding this round bit, which I'm not exactly sure what that's meant to be. But there you go. The camera on the top does move side to side as well. And we got two clear pink beam effect parts, although we only need one, as there's just the one beam saber handle here on the backpack. And then we got the big shield, which is the same as the Gundam Local type North American type. So that's just like that, folds up like so. The connection piece though is different for this connecting onto the arm. We've got this piece here on the side of the arm, but you'll replace it with this one, which has a peg on it for attaching onto the shield. So there you go. Really cool shield though too. I like it. It's nice and big and pretty interesting shaped. But of course the star of the show is the flame launcher. Now I'm not exactly sure why it's called a flame launcher. As far as I know, those are missiles and a Gatling gun in the end of there. But there you go. Very cool. This bit here on the back, these kind of open up a little bit there around that vent there at the back. To put this onto the arm, it's really simple. You just kind of open up this part here, pop the arm into there, close it back up, and it's held securely onto the forearm. That's pretty much it. So it's relatively simple. There's going to be some seam lines on here, but they're kind of disguised as panel lines, so that's pretty nice. All in all, I think it could do with a little bit of detail painting on there, but there's a lot of detail molded in. As you can see, it looks really nice for a just simple HG kit weapon. So with that, let's take a look at the kit itself. So starting off with the head, you can see for the eyes, they're glowing nice and bright behind that visor there. There's a sticker for those. Sticker there for the camera on the top, front of the head, the back of the head there as well. Little red stickers for that. Upwards, you can get the head up to about there, which is pretty good, actually quite nice, and then down plenty there as well. The shoulder joint will swing forward out to there, and this whole shoulder joint will also swing upwards as well, so you're able to get a really nice upward extension of the arm all the way to there. Very nice. Then as usual, just a rotation at the top of the arm, a double joint in the elbow for a nice full bend there as well, and then the wrist is just on a ball joint. And again, like we've seen with the Gym Guard Custom, and I assume the other versions of the Origin Gym that are coming out, it has a really nice stomach crunch here where it looks a little bit odd from the back because of this big gap that it creates there. But there's no problem getting a really solid, really far bend forward there at that stomach. Backwards though, it's really not going to be all too much. You can basically just kind of separate this up a little bit off the polycap ball joint there at the center, and that's how you can get any other movement here, basically side to side and backwards. It's all just going to be because of that. But another thing you'll notice too is that there's these like curved bits there on like the side of the cockpit. Those move as well. When you move this forward, those will move forward with that, and you can kind of push them back into place. But anyway, just another thing that you would think that would have blocked the movement, but it's really cool they designed it in a way to move along with the stomach crunch there, so really nice. Cool vent details in here as well, I'll just point that out. Down here too, these skirts, we've got the front skirts which are joined, but you can just clip those apart to separate those like so. Side skirts will move out to the side. Again, it's pretty much the same with the Origin gym kits, is that without pulling the torso and waist section apart a little bit, the side skirt doesn't go up all that much, but if you're having this bent up like that and you create a little bit of a gap there, you can get that farther up and out of the way. It looks a bit weird, but if you wanted to do some sort of like really crazy pose, you can get the leg all the way out to the side if you need to do that. And then back to the back skirt, that's not going to move at all. You can see we do have a hard point there if you want to attach something. The 3 little thruster bells are each on a ball joint, so you can move those around as needed. Again, we've got the beam saber handle there, and the cannon, which will move forward and back there like so. At our hip joint, you can swing the whole hip joint forward for increased articulation. You can also rotate these at the top, the leg forward, and you get a nice full, pretty much 180-degree bend out of the knee there, along with the knee armor separating from that, and it looks fantastic. Again, with the separate little gray part in there for the vents on the side of the knee as well. Really cool, fantastic detail just all throughout, as per the norm with the HG The Origin line. But that is just a really nice knee bend out of that. And down here, an improvement over the Gundam local type, where the ankle armor is molded together with the front of the lower leg. This actually has separate ankle armor, which is cool, and that just rotates a little bit there. Not really a whole lot of movement, but you really don't need too much. The ankle itself will move side to side more than enough, so you'll be able to get a plenty wide stance out of that, as much as you could possibly need. Forward, however, not really going to be all that much. Back, though, is a little bit more. That's fine. Up underneath the feet, you have full detail there, no hollow spaces, so very, very cool. So there you go. As you can see, the articulation and just the overall details all around this kit are superb, not to mention that array of weapons and accessories, pretty dang good as well. And so, oh man, it's just such a fun kit to pose as well. And the Origin line has been a really fantastic line just in general. They've all been really fantastic kits for the most part. I really can't think of a single one that I was in any way really disappointed with at all. But this particular kit is a testament to how they just keep improving to the kits in this line, and just the articulation especially of this kit and just the posability of it just make this so good, where the other kits all look fantastic as well, and the majority of them also have really nice articulation, but this one really does take it up to the next level. And so if you're the kind of person that likes to do a lot of like really cool dynamic posing and things like this, and you like just the looks of this Gundam in general, then you're really going to enjoy this kit. And so as for any negatives of the kit, there's really not too much to speak of. There's a couple little seam lines here and there. Most of them are pretty well hidden though as panel lines. I think really the only one that I think would really be too much of a bother is maybe the one on the head. But again, that's a pretty common issue for HGs. In terms of missing color apps that are made up by stickers, there's really nothing there as well. Obviously you could go in and paint some more details in there as well. But it's pretty much just, for the most part, the camera's on the head, and that's about it. Otherwise, of course, like I think you could definitely paint some details on the beam rifle probably. But for the most part, the color separation is really nice. If there's anything that I wish was included in the box that we didn't get with this kit, is maybe be like some open hands, but again, that's not really too common. And you can always get some different like replacement parts for that, the HG Builders parts hands or something, if you really wanted to have some open hands for this. And because it's a P-Bandai kit, I do kind of wish that we would have got some waterside decals. That's not always a guarantee in premium Bandai kits, and especially not for HG kits, but it's just wishful thinking to think that Bandai could start including more waterside decals in their kits. Hopefully, maybe in a future decal set, we get some decals for this kit. I kind of doubt it though, but aside from the orange lining bits, all the rest of the markings are pretty standard EFSF markings, so there's nothing really too specific in terms of like a specific like marking logo or something like that that would be for this kit. So the last point of concern you may have been wondering about is the kit's ability to hold up the giant flame launcher, and it does in most poses. Now I tried it in a couple different poses, holding it at a few different angles, and there were a few angles that I tried where the shoulder would sag down a little bit, and that really seemed to be the only weak point. The elbow and like the main shoulder joint itself, I mean at the top of the arm, is fine, but where the arm plugs in via the ball and socket polycap joint there into the torso that did sag down depending on the angle that was held at. So that could be a problem depending on what you're going for. Of course, there's plenty of ways to tighten those joints by adding some paint or nail polish or whatever glue you want to add onto the ball joint just to make it a little bit tighter. But overall, a fantastic kit and super cool weapon just with the flame launcher there. Very unique. Obviously not a really common style of weapon that we have in a lot of Gundam kits, so I like that a lot. And of course the cannon, the new beam rifle we got for that, the really cool large shield there from the North American local type Gundam. All really cool package, and the dark color scheme looks really cool on the Gundam as well. Really nice kit. Again, huge thank you to USA Gundam Store for sponsoring the review, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully the review has been helpful for any of you who were maybe on the fence about the kit, or if you weren't thinking too much about the kit, hopefully you'll be convinced to go out and grab one, because I really recommend you do. Really fun. A lot of really great things to like about this kit. So there you go. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Hey! Thanks for watching, guys. Remember, if you want to check the kit out for yourself, you can head over to USA Gundam Store. Use that coupon code ZakuAurelius10. Save yourself 10%. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.